Hello, I am Boom6678, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, and by a while I really mean a while, uh, I, I'm a big Transformers fan. I used to have a whole bunch of Transformers videos, but they were terrible, so I took them down. So, I'm trying to start again. I'm trying to do better. So, here we are. We're starting off with a fairly simple and hopefully safe review, and that is Transformers Dark of the Moon Studio Series Bumblebee. So let's get into it. So, starting off, here's the figure and in his vehicle mode. That's not so there's the bottom side, and you can see his face. Of course, that is as per that's kind of the par for the course for these newer Bumblebee Studio Series figures for the main Bavers Bumblebees. That is, of course, there's a couple that are not, but they were released before the original Studio Series 49 that this is remolded from. So, here is his blaster weapon. It might look a little darker on the camera, but it is a gunmetal. Well, I wouldn't say. I don't know how to describe gunmetal gray, but that's how I'm describing this. It's a dark gray, and it works quite well. So, again, there's door wings, and something I especially loved about the Dark of the Moon Bumblebee is the stripes on the top. I don't know why, I just always liked that. So, as for rolling, he rolls fairly well. This wheel is really tight. As you can see, it's not rolling, but the other four are. So, there he is. Now let's do some vehicle mode comparisons. Starting off with Transformers. The Transformers crossover or Gigawatt figure for Back to the Future. So this is Gigawatt in his DeLorean time travel machine show mode, and he will, for this video, he will kind of be standing in for Siege, Sideswipe / Red Alert, because similar mold and same transformation more or less. And for our other vehicle mode comparison, because I don't feel like I really don't feel like transforming a whole bunch of Transformers figures today, Age of Extinction in Deluxe Class Drift. So there we go. I especially like the spoiler on Bumblebee. I used to absolutely hate it, but I really like it now. So I suppose the next thing is a transformation. So first thing you're going to want to do is unclip the door, bring it out, flip the door and bring that out. Unclip the wheel well, pull that out, same goes here, push that up, bring the arms down. You don't have to do this yet, but I will. These will be oriented upwards in vehicle mode. Now bring them downwards, twist them, and push them in, and that creates his chest section. So unclip those from each other, bring those down. They'll be up like that, but just pull them down. It's on both sides, so then am I doing this right? Sorry. Then you want to move those up and out of the way. They are on a ball joint, so there we go. Pull that out, push that in. You see, this is on a sliding joint. This isn't the first version of this style of mold that I had. I actually had the Revenge of the Fallen version, and I once attempted doing a review of it, and this section broke off on one of the feet during the review, so that was never posted. So you want to make sure that you push this down because you see it's got a unique shape where it sits. So if you try twisting it upwards while it's still in the shape, you're gonna break it. And I will show you that break when we get to the robot mode comparisons. So you do the same with the next leg. Make sure you do that. Hold the foot up. Push. These were out like this. Now push them in like that. Torso twist. Well, not exactly torso twist, but that's what it is. Leg twist, and you got his lower body all done. Moving over to the back, flip that in, pull that down, flip that in, and orient the wings properly because they are on a hinge. Pull the arms up, take the chest section, bring it down over his head. These are on a tiny, I think, friction hinge joint. Just push on the edge right here, and you'll undo that. Also, there's this. It's a little, the tolerance there is a little tight, so you're gonna have to apply a little force to that, and trust me, it can be a little scary. Now, let's get into a position where he's standing. Over to the back, take this, flip it down, take this, flip it down, and here we go. Transformers Studio Series Dark of the Moon Bumblebee in robot mode. And he is, I love him, honestly. I mean, he's not my main Bumblebee, but I love him. So, he's got a lot of great detailing. I'd say he's painted even better than the previous versions of the mold. And I definitely prefer that the head sculpt is the normal Bumblebee face. As someone I know has referred to it as the gas mask appearance. I personally prefer that on these designs, and for Bumblebee in certain situations, not all of them, only certain ones. But like you've got the back of the car there that's well detailed. Though I kind of do wish they had put the Autobot emblem on his I don't know what to call that, horn. But the yellow also just works perfectly. Honestly, I'm someone who prefers a darker yellow for Bumblebee. That was until I got this figure. So yeah. So there he is from the front, from the side, from his back, and yeah, he's got a bit of a backpack, but that's the typical Bayverse Bumblebee backpack. So there's not much new there, but it is a lot better condensed than some other versions. You see, you've got that clip in there that helps hold it in place as well, so you won't accidentally just pull pull it out while playing. And here's his plasma cannon, which is a perfect weapon for Bumblebee, in my opinion. And that just slides in like any other weapon, but it does give the look that his hand does transform into that weapon, like it did in the movies. Now, for comparison, here is Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Drift. We'll get back to a comparison with that later. Here is the cross collaborative figure Gigawatt. Love this guy, and if you're a big fan of Transformers fan films and you haven't checked out TFI Creations Gigawatt trilogy, do it. For Bumblebee comparisons, the original Revenge of the Fallen figure that I got, that these share technically molds with, even though there are some obvious differences. This guy's a definite improvement, in my opinion. Even if your version of this guy isn't broken, he's an improvement. And as you can see, that there is where the foot broke, as I mentioned before. So he doesn't stand the best anymore, but he stands. So if you're someone who's short of money and you accidentally break it, it's not the end of the world. He can just be knocked over a lot easier than he can. Now for more Bumblebee comparisons. Transformers The Last Knight Deluxe Class Bumblebee, but this is the Studio Series 2-pack version. Love this guy as well. Ultimately, it's up to you which one you prefer. Ultimately, I think I prefer this one, but I love them both. This one is a bit bigger and less to scale than this one, but then again, when has scale ever really existed in Transformers? I mean, Grindor shifted height like 2 or 3 times during the forced battle. Battle alone. So, here we have Studio Series Bumblebee movie Jeep Bumblebee Off-Road Bee, and B127. Love both of these guys as well. Before we get any further, I gotta tell you, Bumblebee's not my favorite character. He's just one of my favorite characters, so I have a lot, and I have a lot of Studio Series Bs. I even have the crappy World War II Bumblebee. So, and then the last standalone Bumblebee comparison we are going to do is a slightly customized version of, at least paint-wise, of Clunker Bumblebee. The Studio Series 27 version that came in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee 2-pack with Barricade. Again, love this guy as well. All of these Bumblebee figures are brilliant, and Hasbro's been really doing well with Bumblebee, and I think they know it. That's why they keep painting them. So, now, I'm going to see if we can get a full Bumblebee hive shot with this guy. So, if I ever do Bumblebee reviews, I'm probably going to try to get a hold of as many of my Bumblebees as possible and put them into one shot and call it the Hive Bumblebee shot. So, here we go. And there they are. They're beautiful. Kidding. No. So let's get them out of the way for our next round of comparisons. I have a lot of comparisons because I understand not everyone may not have a lot of figures. So, next comparisons are going to be from Bumblebee's, these two most well-known rivals from this continuity, and that is Studio Series Stinger and Studio Series Barricade. Again, I love all three of these guys. I just haven't learned how to transform him. If I did know how to transform him, I would have had that in the vehicle mode comparison. Personally, I prefer Barricade over Stinger, but they both work. And it's to each their own as well. So let's get them out of the way. Next up is one of my most favorite figures, probably some people's most hated, and that is Studio Series Dark of the Moon Leader Class Megatron. Love this figure. My favorite Studio Series figure thus far. And as you can tell, Little Deluxe Class Bumblebee is tiny and compared to Megs. So, yeah. Alright. Our next comparison is we're going to bring it back in our drift for this. Evasion Mode Optimus, TLK Voyager Hound, AOE Deluxe Crosshairs. So let me try to get them all into view because drift. Because they are fairly big together. So normally I would do the Dark of the Moon Autobot team if I had some of those with me, but I do not. So here's the Age of Extinction team with Dark of the Moon Bumblebee instead of the high octane or Knight or the Knight. The Age of Extinction Bumblebee design that was a ripoff of Stinger. So let's get them out of the way. Now I'm going to show you a few third-party comparisons. And you're wondering, third-party comparisons? What kind of third-party comparisons could you have? Well, APC Toys Attack Prime. This is with Autobot stickers. This is the Japanese, the Japanese colors Optimus. I also have APC Toys Angel Engine, the newer version as well with Autobot sticker. And as well as APC Toys Night Countess, which, there we go. So, there we go. Little quick review on this. This 100% improvement over the original Red Deluxe. Oh. Okay. So, our next three comparisons I'm going to speed run because we're starting to get a little long. Transformers Prime Deluxe Class Ratchet. Legacy Prime Universe Bulkhead. Great figure as well. And Combiner Wars Hotspot. But we've got one more review, and this is the review that I'm going to try to put into every review video I do. Studio Series 86 Grimlock. So, as you can see, he's tiny compared to this. He's even looking at him like, don't get those teeth near me. Love this guy. So, that's it for our comparisons. Now let's get over to articulation. So, his head, ball joint, wings can move however you want them to. So can this. His arms, you technically would get a full 360 degrees of rotation. However, this gets in the way, so that goes outward over that. Ball joints for the elbows, which apparently some people are afraid of in some figures. He's got waist rotation, torso twist. His legs go that far, and then back that far. As for knee bend, he's got that. And he's got a little bit of ankle tilt. So, some people I have heard don't like this figure because of that. I can see why, but it's really not that bad. And honestly, I prefer it over over this. I look at these two and it's like night and day. I prefer this. So, I think that is it for today's review, because we are going on 21 minutes. So, there he is. Do I recommend this toy? Me personally, of course I do. I feel like a lot of people should get it. However, that depends on who you ask. Ultimately, how good a toy is up to the person. Ultimately. So it's not up to me, it's not up to other reviewers, it's up to you, the viewer. I personally, I like it, and had I not already had these two Bumblebees, that would have been my main Bumblebee. But I already had two Bumblebee designs that I prefer, and that is this one and this one. So, there we go. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was clear. If not, I'm sorry. If you don't like it, then just say so. And though, if you can, I would appreciate feedback. What should I do to improve? You know? So, there we go. Now, have a good day. And I think that's it. I'm not good at coming up with goodbyes. So, have a good day. Bye.